Mysterious Forest. Part 1. The Trip to Northwood Forest. James, Emily, Sarah, Michael, and David were close friends at the university. They studied hard during the term. They wrote many essays, read many books, and took many exams. When the term finished, they wanted to celebrate. "Let's go camping," James said one afternoon. "We can spend a weekend in nature. No teachers, no homework, only fresh air." "That sounds perfect," Emily answered with a smile. Michael nodded. "Yes, we need a break. We can talk, sing, and relax." Sarah clapped her hands. "I love camping. Let's choose a forest that is quiet and far from the city." David looked at a map on his phone. "I know a place. It is called Northwood Forest. People don't go there often. It will be peaceful." The friends agreed. They planned the trip for Friday. They packed a tent, sleeping bags, food, water, matches, a compass, and a guitar. They were excited. On Friday morning, they left the city in Michael's old car. The sky was blue, and the sun was bright. The road was long but full of laughter. They played music, told jokes, and shared snacks. After some hours, they arrived at the edge of Northwood Forest. The trees were tall and close together. The air smelled fresh, like pine and earth. Birds sang high above. "Wow," Sarah said, looking up at the green leaves. "This place is beautiful." The group walked down a narrow path. The ground was soft with dry leaves. Light passed through the branches and made small golden spots on the path. They carried their bags and searched for a good place to camp. After walking for some time, they found a small clearing. The ground was flat and covered with grass. A stream of clear water ran close by. "This is perfect," David said. "We can put the tent here." They worked together. James and Michael set up the tent. Emily and Sarah collected firewood. David cleaned a space for the fire. Soon, the tent was ready, and a small fire was burning. They cooked simple food: bread, cheese, and soup. The sun began to go down. The sky turned orange, then pink, and finally dark blue. Stars appeared, more than they had ever seen in the city. The friends sat around the fire. They sang songs with Michael's guitar. They laughed about funny memories from classes. They felt free and happy. "This was a great idea," Emily said. "I already feel new energy." "Yes," Sarah agreed. "I don't want this night to end." But the night was not silent. At first, they heard the wind in the trees. But then, the sound changed. It was soft, like a whisper. "Did you hear that?" Emily asked. "It's only the wind," James said quickly. Sarah frowned. It didn't sound like wind. It sounded like words. The group became quiet. They listened. The whisper came again, moving between the trees. Michael threw more wood on the fire. "It's nothing. Let's just sing." So they tried to ignore it. They played music and sang again. But then something new happened. A light appeared between the trees. It was small, blue, and soft, like a lantern. It moved slowly from one tree to another. "What is that?" David whispered. "It can't be another camper," Sarah said. "No one is here but us." James stood up and took one step forward. "Hello?" he called. The blue light stopped. For a moment, it stayed still, shining in the dark. Then it moved again, deeper into the forest. "Maybe we should follow it," Michael said. "No," Emily said quickly. "We don't know what it is." The friends argued for a short time. But in the end, they decided to stay near the fire. Later, when they were almost ready to sleep, they heard footsteps near the car. The sound was slow and heavy. "Who's there?" James shouted. He grabbed a stick from the fire. No answer. Only silence. When they looked, no one was near the car. But the footsteps stopped only when James shouted. The group felt uneasy. They went into the tent together. They kept the fire burning outside. They whispered before sleeping. "Maybe it is only animals," David said. "Yes," Sarah said softly, "but animals don't carry blue lights." The forest was quiet again, but the friends did not feel safe. As they closed their eyes, they heard one last whisper, very close to the tent. It sounded like someone calling a name. Emily opened her eyes wide. "It said James," she whispered. The friends stayed awake for a long time, listening, afraid of what the night would bring. Part 2: Strange Events in Northwood Forest. The next morning, the friends wake up tired. The night was strange, but the sun is shining. Birds are singing. The forest looks calm again. Emily stretches her arms. "Maybe last night was only our imagination," she says. James nods. "Yes, but the blue light, that was not normal." Michael smiles. "We should eat breakfast and then explore. We cannot stay in one place all day." Sarah prepares simple food: bread, cheese, and fruit. They drink water from the stream. The meal makes them feel stronger. David checks the compass. "We can go deeper into the forest today," he says. They pack their bags and leave the camp. The sun shines through the tall trees. The path is soft with leaves. Northwood Forest looks beautiful and peaceful, but the friends feel a little nervous. As they walk, the forest seems different. The wind is quieter. The birds are silent. The shadows of the trees move strangely. Suddenly, they hear a noise. At first, it is soft, like someone walking. Then it becomes faster, like running. "Did you hear that?" Emily whispers. James looks around. "It is only animals," he says, but his voice is not strong. The friends continue walking. They want to find new paths, but the forest feels like a maze. The trees look the same. The paths look the same. David looks at the compass. But the needle spins. It does not point north. "Why is it not working?" David asks. "Maybe it is broken," Michael says. But James shakes his head. "No, the forest, it is strange. It is changing." The friends become careful. They decide to mark the path with ribbons. Emily and Sarah tie red ribbons on trees. This way, they can find their way back. After some time, they find a small stream. The water is clear, but small blue lights move inside it, like tiny fireflies. "Look," Sarah whispers. "It is beautiful." "Be careful," Emily says. "It is strange. Do not touch it." They walk more, but suddenly, they realize Michael is not with them. "Michael!" James shouts. "Where are you?" Emily runs a little. "He was here a moment ago." David looks around. "Follow me. Maybe he went this way." They follow the footprints. But the footprints stop near a very old tree. The bark is black and strange symbols are carved into it. James touches the tree. "What is this?" "Be careful," Emily says. "The forest, it is alive." Suddenly, they hear Michael's voice. "Friends, I am here." They look, but he is not there. The voice moves from left to right. The friends hold hands. "We will stay together," James says. They try to calm down and wait. The blue light appears again, moving slowly between the trees. Hours pass. The friends walk carefully, staying close together. They try to follow their ribbons, but the forest has changed. The ribbons are gone. The forest feels alive. The shadows are longer. The branches move like hands. Finally, they reach a clearing. But it is not their camp. The grass is dark, and the ground is cold. In the center, a strange stone stands with glowing symbols. Emily whispers, "The forest is testing us." James nods. "We must not separate. Stay close." At night, they sit near the stone. They are scared, but they talk quietly to keep calm. "We will find Michael," Sarah says. "Yes," David says. "Together, we can do anything." They hold hands. looking at the stars through the trees. The forest is quiet, but they know the night will bring more tests. The blue light shines one last time over the stone. The friends close their eyes and try to sleep. They know tomorrow will be difficult, but they are together. Part 3. The forest tests their courage. The next morning, the friends wake up tired in the dark clearing. They are scared, but they also feel stronger. They know Michael is somewhere in Northwood Forest. They must find him. James looks at everyone. We cannot give up. We have to find Michael, no matter what. Emily nods. Yes, together we are stronger. Sarah wipes her eyes. I am scared, but I will be brave. David checks the compass again. It still spins and does not point north. The forest is confusing. We cannot use this. They pack their bags and begin walking carefully. The trees are taller and closer now. The shadows are darker. The wind is quiet. Strange noises follow them. Sometimes it sounds like whispering, sometimes like laughter. Suddenly, they hear Michael's voice. Friends, I am here. Michael, James shouts. They run toward the sound, but the voice moves away. It seems to come from all directions. Emily whispers, it is a trap. The forest is tricking us. James nods. Yes, we cannot run. We must stay together and be smart. The friends hold hands. They walk slowly, watching the shadows. The forest seems alive. Trees move slightly, branches bend like arms, and the ground feels soft. Hours pass. They are hungry and tired. They find a small cave and decide to rest. Inside, it is cold but safe from the wind. They light a small fire and eat some bread and fruit. We need a plan, James says. We cannot follow the voice blindly. Emily opens her diary. We must think carefully. The forest wants to test us. It is not real danger, but we must stay calm. Sarah nods. Yes, and we must not fight or separate. If we stay together, we are stronger. At night, they hear strange sounds again. Footsteps, whispers, and the blue light moves around them. They take turns staying awake to watch. Suddenly, a shadow appears near the cave entrance. It is tall and has no face. The friends freeze. The shadow points toward the forest and slowly disappears. James says, the forest wants us to move. But we will do it together. The next morning, they leave the cave. The forest is darker than before. The path is unclear. Red ribbons they left before are gone. Everything looks the same. They hear Michael's voice several times. Sometimes it sounds close, sometimes far. The friends are afraid, but they do not give up. They encourage each other. Emily says, we cannot panic. We must think and stay together. James nods. We will find him. We have to. After hours of walking, they find a black lake. The water is still and dark. On the other side, they see a figure that looks like Michael waving. Michael, Sarah cries. She wants to run, but James stops her. Emily looks carefully. His shadow is wrong. Something is not right. The figure suddenly disappears into the water. The friends feel fear, but also anger. The forest is trying to trick them. James says, we must be brave and united. We will not separate. We will find Michael. The friends hold hands tightly. They speak their names one by one. James, Emily, Sarah, David. They repeat their names. They are not afraid to show the forest they are strong together. Suddenly, the wind blows and trees shake. The lake bubbles. They hear Michael's real voice, weak but true. Help! I am here. The friends shout together. We are coming, Michael. The forest blocks the lake, but they do not run. They hold hands and move forward as one group. At last, they find a cave near the heart of the forest. They enter to rest and plan. They know they are closer to Michael. Inside, they talk quietly. James says, we are strong because we stayed together. Emily adds, we must use courage, not fear. Sarah says, we are family now. We must be brave for Michael. David nods. Tomorrow, we will find him and escape. That night, they dream the same dream. Michael is inside a circle of tall trees. The trees whisper, but he looks at them. He says, find the heart of the forest. Only there can I be free. They wake up knowing the dream is a message. The heart of the forest is near. They are ready. James says, today, we will save Michael and leave Northwood Forest. Together, we can do it. For the first time since the trip began, they feel hope. Part 4: The Escape from Northwood Forest. The next morning, the friends wake up in the small cave near the heart of Northwood Forest. They are tired, but their hearts are full of courage. They know the forest is testing them. They must stay brave and together. James looks at everyone. We cannot lose now. We must find Michael and leave this forest. Emily nods. Yes. We have learned how to be careful and smart. Together we are stronger. Sarah wipes her eyes. I am still scared, but I will not run. We are united. David checks the compass again. It is still spinning. The forest is tricky, but we have each other. That is enough. They leave the cave slowly, holding hands. The trees are tall and the shadows long. Strange whispers follow them, but they do not panic. They walk step by step, together as one group. After a long walk, they reach a wide clearing. In the middle stands a huge tree. It is the biggest tree they have ever seen. Its bark is dark and glowing symbols cover it. The air feels heavy and powerful. Emily whispers, this is the heart of the forest. At the base of the tree, they see Michael. He is weak and pale, but alive. His eyes open slowly. You came, he says softly. The friends run to him, but a strange invisible force pushes them back. A deep voice fills the clearing. It comes from everywhere, the trees, the ground, the air. You entered my forest, the voice says. You know my secrets. You cannot leave without showing courage, unity, and wisdom. James steps forward. We only want our friend. We will not harm the forest. The voice answers, to leave, you must prove your strength together. Only unity and courage will save you. The ground shakes. 3 paths appear in front of them, one dark and endless, one full of fire, one with deep water. Emily looks at the paths. Which way should we go? Sarah shakes her head. I think the forest wants us to choose wrong. Maybe the answer is not a path. James looks at the huge tree. The dream showed Michael in the circle of trees. The heart of the forest is here. The answer is with us, not outside. David nods. Yes. We must stay together. We must show the forest we are brave and united. The friends walk slowly to the tree. They hold hands tightly. The invisible force pushes, but they do not let go. Step by step, they move forward. The voice speaks again. You do not fear. You stay together. This is courage. They shout their names together. James, Emily, Sarah, David, Michael. The blue light surrounds them. It is bright but warm. The force disappears. They lift Michael together. He is weak, but alive. The tree glows brighter. Symbols change into shapes they do not understand, but the meaning is clear. You passed the test. Suddenly, the forest changes. The trees become green again. The air is fresh. Birds sing loudly. The clearing is full of sunlight. The paths are clear. The way back is open. The friends help Michael walk. They leave the heart of the forest slowly. After some time, they see their old camp. Everything looks normal. Their tent is still there. The car is safe. They sit near the fire pit. They laugh and cry together. Michael drinks water. I thought I would never see you again. But you came. You saved me. James smiles. We did not save you alone. We saved each other. Together we are stronger. Sarah hugs everyone. We are not just friends anymore. We are family. Emily opens her diary and writes, "We entered the mysterious Northwood Forest. We faced fear and danger. We stayed united. We were brave. And that is why we are alive." David starts the car. They drive back to the city slowly. In the rearview mirror, they see the tall trees of Northwood Forest. For a moment, they think the forest is watching. But now it feels calm. The road is long, but their hearts are light. They sing and laugh. They know they will never forget this adventure. The forest tested them, and because of courage, unity, and wisdom, they survived. They are 5 again, stronger than before, friends forever.